Does body count matter?
No,
Why you say that?
because I kind of have a relatively high body count compared to a lot of other girls. So,
What is your body count?
do you really want to know?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. I don't judge.
Oh, are you sure?
I swear to God, I don't judge.
Think you promise?
I think you promise.
20.
Oh, that's not bad.
Compared to a lot of other girls, like, oh my God, 6.
A lot of people lie about the body count.
I would never, just because it's a body count. Who the cares?
Yeah.
What, you lie about your body count?
That's what I'm saying.
Because guys are here, right? So guys, do you prefer a purer woman than more of a hoe?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, and there's a lot of factors when it comes to liking a girl, but I think if the exact same girl and then she slept with 1,000 men
Right.
or 3 men, it's like
It's
I
a
don't
no-brainer.
even. Yeah, I don't judge the girl that slept with 1,000 men. Live your life, but yeah, you're gonna want the girl who has had less men inside of her.
Right.
Even if I were to say that there was any weight on body count, I would say you'd have to consider the circumstances that body count happened in, right? Where that person was at, why they were sleeping around, right? And what space they might be in, right? Someone
Guys
can
don't care.
completely change their habits. But
Guys actually
I
don't
don't think
care.
that's true.
Now, according to the book of the Asclepiolations, butt cheek spreading, lava illusion, ancient scriptures of Thoughtaladians, it states, the more piercings on her body and the more color on her hair and a body covered with tattoos, just know she's getting plowed down by multiple dudes.
I don't believe that's true. I think that is actually kind of making too much of a generalization. I know you work on the general,
it is
the rule and
general,
not the
yeah.
exception, but that is too much. It's a lot more nuanced than that. I don't think as many men as you think actually.
So I'm just saying, if a
that
woman
makes
came to me
sense.
and said, "I've slept with 1,000 men because I was broken and I had been abused and blah blah blah," right? You still slept with 1,000 men.
Where's the compassion in that though? Where's
That's
do
I'm
we-
not thinking about. I'm thinking about you've had 1,000 penises inside
if
your
you
vagina.
are going to be with someone, shouldn't compassion be a main factor in that relationship, right? And understanding of who they are, of what they've been through, shouldn't that be a main factor?
The world, but the
somebody
world,
else
the,
can.
yeah, the world doesn't
Not
owe you
me.
understanding. Like that's entitlement.
But if
You're not entitled to someone's compassion and understanding.
The grace of her avoiding accountability is like watching a rhino attempting ballet. What the flying chode? And gentlemen, with this whole womanist movement, these feminists only teach women these 3 things over reality: my body, my narrative, my agenda, my rules over reality. Let me tell you guys something. My dick is a feminist because the way it sticks up for women. And gentlemen, God gave women ears, but they do not know how to listen because she says
Is that body count happened in, right? Where that person was at, why they were sleeping around, right? And what space they might be in, right? Someone
Guys
can
don't care.
completely change their habits. But
Guys actually
I don't
don't
think
care.
that's true. I don't believe that's true. I think that is actually kind of making too much of a generalization. I know
she says guys don't care about a woman's body count. Sweetheart, all that forehead, and you can't even use it to think or at least have some common sense when clearly there is a guy right in front of you telling you that body count does matter to a guy. And gentlemen, when they say a woman's brain matures faster than a man, that is a steaming pile of shit, just like I took this morning. And the fact that she is defending this topic so badly speaks volumes about her body count.
And I think men are allowed to be selective in who they date. And like I think men are allowed to have standards, and if that's their standard, so be it. And it's not every single guy, but I think in general, if you poll men, would you rather have a girl that slept with 100 or slept with 1? They would pick 1. Are they less picky than they were 100 years ago? Sure, you were a hoe if you slept with 3 people 100 years ago. Right. So are they less picky now? Sure, but you can't undo the wiring. What in general men want.
So where would you say that's come from in terms of them wanting that? Where would you
It's
say
biological.
It's
Because
that had to biology develops,
I'll
right?
tell you.
So where is that developed
So
from?
historically, they had to ensure paternity.
Yeah.
So historically, like a men did not want to pass on resources to a kid that was not theirs. So they're biologically predispositioned to be grossed out by hoes, basically.
Just Pearly mentioned a lot of great things. I will also like to piggyback and add to that. The reason why promiscuity was so shamed and frowned upon is because when a woman sleeps with 1,000 guys, nobody knows who's the child's belongs to. But when a man sleeps with 1,000 women, we all know who that child belongs to. That's why there's a saying, when a woman sleeps with a lot of guys, she's a cream gobbler. But when a man sleeps with a lot of girls, that man is a player from the Himalayas.
Well, if going out on a date with a guy makes me a slut, then that's just what I'm gonna be.
I don't think going out on a date makes you a slut, but having sex with different men makes you a slut.
Well, what does it make you if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker. A slut maker.
A slut maker.
A slut maker. A slut maker.
You if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker.
He is the one.
These girls are out here telling novel-length war stories about how difficult their lives are, when I can summarize their whole lives in 4 words. You're a creep gobbler.
Gobbler.
And gentlemen, just as long as there is no sense of reality in females, no accountability, there will always be guys like Derek Jackson running around.
And you know, that's what trips me out. It's like we say women got the unrealistic expectations, and some of them do, but ain't nobody got more unicorn, fairy tale, Dora the Explorer expectations of the opposite sex than us men. Again, some women do expect a man to be 6 feet tall and make 6 figures and have a 6-pack abs, and that's unrealistic for most men. But I know like 10 dudes already that fit into that category. All you got to do is have a good job and some good genetics and you're straight. But look at us. Like, what do we expect of a woman? She got to be a virgin, but she got to be a freak. She got to pay half the bills, but she got to do 100% of the cleaning, the cooking, the child raising. She got to be exhausted from all of that, you know, all the cooking and washing and cleaning and all that good stuff, and still be horny enough to meet our sexual needs and get a good night's rest, but also wake up in the middle of the night in case we want some head and a turkey sandwich.
Derek Jackson is the final boss you have to face after you get done slaying all the simps in your path. Call him Queen Cuck Jackson. And gentlemen, to uplift men, we simply tell men the truth.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
But to uplift women, the only thing that seems to work is to freaking lie to them. Why do you guys think Queen Cuck Jackson was so popular among the female audience? Wow, Mr. Kevin Samuels and R.I.P. the legend. Why was Mr. Kevin Samuels the most hated man on the planet? There is a reason for that. Because females will always find a way to deflect and blame somebody else, because accountability is the kryptonite. Take a look at this. And gentlemen, you cannot make this shit up. Read this. Conscious woman, birthing babies by multiple men, or courageously choosing the responsibility of healing multiple bloodlines simultaneously. Women are gods in humans form.
Stop it. Get some help.
In that small caption that she wrote, I can give you guys a 5-page analysis, everything that is wrong with this woman. Now, if we analyze this with our Thoughtagon, our cheek-slaying Sharingan, gentlemen, you give a woman a chance to talk, she will tell on herself. This is just a fancier version of her telling us she's sleeping around, she's sucking multiple dicks, and she's like a human piñata because she let everybody hits. And the second thing, I see this as a continuation of generational trauma, because a healed woman will be selective of the man she sleeps and decides to have a child with. And number 2, a conscious woman will take by all means necessary to provide and protect the children. A conscious woman does not give you the right to be irresponsible, because it is absolutely unacceptable to bring a child in this world where you cannot take care of it, because it's scientifically proven that a child that comes from a single parent household is more likely to be a high school dropout and be incarcerated. Guys, it's women like her. Single woman keep women single. Check this out.
I have friends and family that always tells me, you're so lucky to be single and have no kids. You're living the life. but I got something to show you. Sorry to say, but the lucky one are you. Because you have somebody who's waiting for you at home, whether it's your husband or your kids, whether they drive you crazy, whether you feel like you don't got time for yourself. Believe me, the lucky one is you. At least you could eat on a table full of people who loves you, not by yourself. Living in an empty house, not having nobody to cater to. So think twice before you tell somebody that's single that they live in the life, because you don't know how envy they are of you, wishing they did find that one true love, someone who to build a family and have kids with.
Now may we resurrect Mr. Kevin Samuels from the undead, and may he rise from his grave like the Undertaker, the Godfather, the Cream Gobbler Executionist. Your presence is very much missed. Now, may you please come down and bless us with the gospel.
She did not spend her primary years prioritizing relationships, so she gets to age 40 at midlife, and there's a crisis.
Yeah.
Because the rest of her life, she does not have what everybody else has. She does not have a primary relationship with the man, and she doesn't have children.
And it eats them up.
That is terrifying for women.
Yeah.
Men become better with age. Women, your options limit.
And we're more independent.
And sorry, ladies, you were lied to.
Gentlemen, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit the thank you button. It means a lot. And if you guys want to buy your very own cheek slaying gospels, click here, and the link is also in the description. Now, before I end this video, let me bless you guys with the scriptures of the Asclepiolations. It states, the cheek slaying Asclepiolation scriptures has never told a lie. If her father never stayed in her life, then why should I?
Perfect.
But those not respectable.